Now, y'all know on last night's episode of Candy in the Gang, it was Friday night vibes in the building, but they had a 70s vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? It was a good old 70s theme. And so, you know what I said? I'll give you a 70s theme if you want a 70s theme. If that's what you want to do, if that's what we want to go, let's go. Let's go, because you know I'm here for it. Give me a reason to throw on a costume and I'm all up in it, okay? I'm all up in it. I got my fro, okay? I told y'all I was going to get that hair transplant surgery, and when I get it, y'all can expect for my hair to be looking just like this. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Giving you all the good action, okay? All the action, and you can't see not a seam up in this thing, baby, right here. We is looking good, too. Got a little color with it as well. Don't you like the color? You like the color? They had some blonde at the store. And I said, no, you know what? We're going to give them the black. We ain't going to give them too much to start off with, okay? Because we got to discuss Candy in the Gang, this 70s party, Friday night vibe. We got it all, okay? So we about to get down up in this Ponderosa. But before we do that, before we get there, listen. Yo, I got a box in the mail, okay? We got a box in the mail with a bow on it, okay? So we're going to take it off and we're going to see what's up in this good box, baby. We're going to see what's up in this good box. Oh, Lord, here we go. Here we go. Y'all, we done got a box from Candy and the Gang, baby. We done got a box from Candy and the Gang, and we got some goodies up in here, okay? Let's see. Oh, we got a card. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. We got to read this card. We got to read this good card. The card say, thank you for joining us on this journey each week. We sincerely appreciate you for coming to hang with Candy and the Gang. Here is a special treat from us as you enjoy the season finale on May 8th, 2022 at 9 p.m. on Bravo. Hashtag Candy and the Gang, gang, gang. Okay. Now, is it an egg roll up in here? I don't know. Let's see. We got a nice little Candy and the Gang plaque right here. The items are from Kina Essentials. Okay. We got some champagne up in here. Should I pop the champagne now? You know what? It's a special occasion up in this thing. We're going to pop this champagne right now. Oh, it's screwing off. It's screwing off. I didn't know that was going to happen. The bubbly is good, y'all. The bubbly is good. Okay. What else we got up in here? I got champagne all over the place. Good thing I got my triangle to wipe everything down. Okay. What else we got up in here? We got a good candle up in here. Smelling good. We got some gummy bears up in here. Some good chocolate. Okay. And we even got we got some type of popcorn that's chocolate infused with white chocolate. We're going to tear this up later, okay? Now, I got my screen all wet. Everything is all wet. Like I said, good thing for the triangle. Okay? Y'all should always keep a towel around. You never know when you're going to spill champagne all out your mouth. Now, listen, if you're in the chatterization, go on ahead and let us know where you're watching from, because we about to get up into this thing. I'm still going to drink some more. Let me see if I can drink some without spilling. It's about to pop again. That's some bubbly right there, y'all. That is some bubbly right there. Ooh, making a mess over here. My wig's still fresh. Now, anyway. Shout out to Candy, Don Juan, Todd Tucker, and the Gang. We do this. We talk about this show because we want people to see it and enjoy it. The same way we talk about all the other shows, we want to spread the word and keep the conversation going. So thank y'all for being appreciative and for seeing the Skye Squad for what we are, as a community of people that just like to get into it about the shows. Now let's get into it. We're going to rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 10. Now, on a finale scale, I'm going to give it a 9.5. I'm going to give it a 9.5 because we had a showdown. You had a marriage proposal. You had a finale party that everybody was at. Okay. You had somebody getting fired. Okay. You had several showdowns at that. And the person, when they got fired, they ain't even leave. What? I was like, Shardo, you done been fired. I would be out of there so fast. But he was still standing around enjoying the show. It was like, he was like, well, I'm fired. I might as well get some more camera time. I was like, no, what in the world? I would have left. Okay. I would have left. I would have been gone. Exit stage, left, call my Uber, get my ride here. I got to go. Even if I ain't had no ride, I would have been walking home. Okay. I would have been out of there. But let's start at the beginning. Now, Philip announces to the staff that he will be that Chandrika will be the head maitre d'. Okay. Now, Chandrika, bless her heart, don't know that a major D and a maitre d' is not the same thing. Okay. It's not the same thing. Major D, okay. Well, I mean, she might want some major D, but it ain't the same thing as a maitre d', okay? The person who's in charge. Now, Melvin was like, it really don't matter what the title is. She's still gonna be at the host stand, sitting the people down in the seat, telling them to scan a QR code and get on somewhere. Anyway, Tauren is working with Victor, who is KANDI's creative director, to plan and map out the Friday night vibe. They're holding auditions, and he feels like he has something to prove because Tauren left back in 2020 or 2019 or whatever, so unprofessionally. You know, when he just stopped showing up to work and talked about because it was because of the panorama, but there he was sitting in the park partying with the people doing the panorama. That was what he was talking about. Okay. Now the girl comes through, she raps. I think she was rapping. Okay. And Patrick ends up stopping by, and I'm kind of they like her vibe or whatever. But Patrick wants to holler at the Tauren. Okay. He wants Tauren to help him propose to Safari at the Friday Night Live. Now Tauren is like, is this your idea, or is this an idea that Safari has done implanted in your brain? Okay. But Patrick says he's ready to die with her. Okay. We want you to live with her. I mean, let's start there. Live with the woman. But let's not get to the dying part. Okay. Anyway, of course Tauren agrees. And I keep telling the screen, I say, Tauren, these people gonna keep on taking advantage of you until you tell them no. You listen, don't be working no more without a down payment. Okay. Now, unless you're doing the work for KANDI and Todd, because that's gonna lead to something. But this work that you keep doing every other episode for Patrick, he not paying you nothing. Nothing at all. Okay. So stop working for free. Anyway, it's a busy day at the OLG. When they show Brandon's name, they actually put in parentheses, finally working. Okay. Patrick is stepping in the kitchen to help, make some stuff happen. And apparently Philip is doing an amazing job, according to Melvin. All right. Now, KANDI, Don, and Philip are meeting because they want to know if Philip is going to continue on at the OLG because he originally came on as a consultant. He feels like they've made a lot of progress, and Todd wants to know from Philip, well, who should we part ways with? And Philip is like, well, honestly, Dom and Brandon, okay? It's one of the two of them, okay? He not trying to move forward with either one of them. But Don Juan is unsure about Shardo because apparently we ain't known this, but Shardo is having drinks while he's still clocked in and not coming in because he's been drinking all night. Now, y'all, let me tell y'all a story, and I'll probably never be hired in the service industry again. But when I worked in the West Hollywood as a server, when won't nobody up in that bar, we was pouring ourselves some shots, baby. So I definitely been drinking on the clock. And again, like I said, I'll probably never be hired in the service industry again. It's a sad day. But I'm gonna tell you the truth. I had a little cocktail. I'm gonna have a cocktail on the clock right now. How about that? Here's to you, Shardo. Here is to you. Okay. But Shardo, you can't do that at the OLG, okay? They got the cameras there. It's a bad look, friend. Anyway, so Kandi and Todd are shocked, but Kandi doesn't want to let Dom go because Dom has been a day one. Kandi, sometimes these day ones don't need to be day 10s, okay? A day one sometimes needs to just stay at day one, okay? Especially if it ain't working out. Because at the end of the day, what Don Juan feels like is, or at least Philip, I think one of the two, feel like Dom Unique is just there as a stepping stone. But Brandon is there for the long haul. But given that Brandon ain't that good, you could probably get rid of both of them and it wouldn't really matter. Meanwhile, they get to talking about the 70s Friday night vibe. Don told Tauren that if he crashes and burns, then they can't work together no more. So they have very high expectations. So then they get into whether, Philip is going to stay on or not. And he hems and haws a bit or whatever. But he ends up saying that he wants to stay on and, he going to keep working with him. Now, the benefits of Philip for Philip is that he said his mama set him up so good that he can choose whether or not he want to work or not. And I said, now that's the type of lifestyle you want to be living. Teach us, Philip. Teach us what you're doing over there. Besides posing over there on your Instagram with your shirt off and things like that. They brought it up, not me. Anyway, Tauren gets to Brian's house and Brian got a new wig. Now, Brian, your wig versus my wig. My wig wins, okay? I just gotta say it, brother. You can't touch this thing right here, baby. You can't touch. It stays in place. You see, this ain't even moving, and I ain't even got no hairspray on it, baby. I ain't even got to spray no hairspray on this thing, baby. This thing is laid tight to the side. I could wear this out, and I might wear this out to the club Friday night. Actually, now that I think about it. Yes. Anyway, so Shardo is there as well. They recap Brian's meeting with Todd and the investment and the presentations and things. He tells them that Todd wants 50% of that restaurant and that Todd bought the block, okay? I don't know what block he bought, but apparently he bought the block and he got a place for Brian to put his egg rolls and things on that block. So so Brian is looking forward to that. Now, Tauren also had a meeting with Todd, and he definitely didn't come out the same way Brian did because Tauren said he wasn't feeling too hot about how he left that meeting with Todd about Friday Night Vibe. Shardo wants to know if Safari is going to be there for some reason. For some reason, he going on and on about how fine he is, and then they discuss the women that they done dated. And Brian said at one point in time he dated a woman too, but they ended up being best friends, and he ended up, just getting 2 pumps in. Now, I wonder if it was like 2 pumps like this, 1, 2, okay? Or was it 1, 2? How long was you in there? Okay, I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, because he said he got 2, 3 pumps in. What kind of pumps was it? Pumps in a bump? I mean, did it last all night for you? Was it like that? Okay. Anyway, this smell good. Yes. Okay, so anyway, Don Juan is texting Tauren about Friday Night Vibe, okay? Asking if he need anything. Tauren is like, you know what? Can you pick me up some carafes and some some stuff to put the liquor in and whatnot? And Don is like, I am not your intern, Tauren. Because Don feels like, he's known about this for weeks now. So you asking me about cups and plates and things like that. I'm asking you if you need anything on the service level, okay, on a managerial front. Do you need extra peoples? Do you need servers? Do you need food runners, drink runners, and things of that nature? But don't be trying to ask me if I'm going to run to the Walgreens and get you some red cups and some carafes. Don't be asking me that. I make too much money for this, okay? So, Dom Unique is packing for London. Drika tells the OLG lady she got a promotion. Patrick invites Safari to the Friday night vibe, and she barely gonna come because she's annoyed that it's last minute. I'm like, you just can't ever just smile and just laugh and be happy with this man. You know, Patrick is such a happy spirit, and Safari just don't seem like that same type of happy spirit. But maybe that's a yin and a yang, a balance type thing. I really don't know. But all I'm saying is, like, girl, smile a little bit, laugh and live a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Have some of this champagne, loosen up. Anyway, Patrick takes his mom flower shopping, and she's been real nervous about having to share him with somebody else. And they talk about how they are besties. And he is saying to her, well, mama, you still gonna be my number one lady. And I'm thinking to myself, Patrick, do you know who you dating? Do you know you are dating Safari? Do you know that Safari is gonna demand that she is your number one lady? And your mama will no longer be in the front of the line. Okay. Mama is gonna go in the back of the line. Mama's gonna have to go way in the bike, okay? Because Safari is gonna demand that she be number one in your life. And so this flower outing, you should have been very truthful with mama and said, Mama, you're gonna have to come second because my wife is a demanding woman and she is gonna want all of my time and attention, and you are gonna have to come second, third, fourth, or fifth after she comes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Okay. Because that's the way it's probably going to go. I mean, no shade to Safari, no shade to Patrick. But based on what we've seen of Safari, that's just what I feel like she's going to demand. It is what it is. And it's her right to do so, okay? She the wife. Meanwhile, the other thing is, Patrick better not ever go to jail because Safari told him if he ever go to jail, she going to lead him. And I was like, well, dang, you never know what circumstances are going to end up in life. But just because this man end up in jail, you never know what could happen. He could be pulled over at a stoplight. This is a black man in America. So you trying to tell me you don't know what can happen in life. So if this man end up in jail, you already telling him you're going to leave? Girl, you not ride or die. You ain't ride or die. You just riding, okay? You just riding on a beanbag that you brought over to his house. Meanwhile, it's 4 hours until Friday Night Vibes, and everything is getting set up. Tauren is overwhelmed. He's planning for Patrick's engagement. He's got the music to deal with. Ain't no drink runners. He goes to Brandon and talking about having 2 staff members. But Brandon is promising that the staff is gonna be there. He asked Tauren if he's talked to Shardo, but Brandon asked Tauren if he's talked to Shardo because Shardo is apparently a no-call, no-show. Probably out there somewhere drinking or something like that. I don't know. I'm just saying allegedly. Who knows? Because listen, I mean, you know, because I'm midday drinking, so I don't know. Shardo might have been drinking today too. Who knows what he was? But he won't at work. That's all I know. Mm-hmm. Yep. And so anyway. He about to get rolled up. Well, little did he know he about to be fired, but for now, he's just being written up. It's finally showtime. There's vendors, a photo booth. It's a whole production, and the people are arriving, and Patrick is nervous. Now, Tauren is looking for these food runners that he was promised. He was counting on Brandon to bring the food runners. And then Kandi and Todd arrive, and Todd is looking like the only pimp. But Todd, you ain't got nothing on this. Okay, and so Shardo is there in the background drinking it up. Tauren is running around. Philip and Don Juan are discussing, well, where are the drinks? Where is the food? Where is everything? So they bring Tauren over for a little ponderosa. And Don Juan is on 10. Okay, Don Juan is on 10. So Don Juan goes in on him about asking, listen, I asked you earlier what it is that you need, okay? And you told me that you just needed carafe. I make too much money to be running around trying to get you some red cups from the CVS. I needed you to tell me on a managerial level what type of staff you needed for this type of event, and you failed to deliver. Okay, and Philip, for once, is just like, well, wait, Don, calm down, everybody, calm down. Okay, Tauren ends up walking off or whatever. So then Brian makes his grand entrance and about falls down the stairs. Okay, he can't. I think the train was too long and the platforms was too high. Okay. He introduces the first act. Todd and Kandi so far are impressed with what Tauren has done. And they let him know that it's starting off good. And if it ends good, that they're going to continue these Friday night vibes. So everybody having a good time. Then the group converges on Shardo with his drink in his hand. He got his drink and his two-step and a pink slip too. Okay. So they confront him. And basically, they confront him about drinking on the clock. So he mutters some weird excuse about the time, and I couldn't clock out because won't nobody dare to clock me out. So I just went ahead and had a drink anyway. So then Don says, Chandrika, come on over here. Step right up to the plate. Then he's like, is there anything happening with this man that should be a terminable offense? And Chandrika is like, yes. This man is accepting tips to be set in the restaurant ahead of other people in line. Now, when I heard this, I thought to myself, well, I could have swore I didn't seen people do this before in restaurants. Now, I'm not going to call out which restaurants, but it won't OLG. But I didn't seen this happen. People tipping the maitre d' or the major D, okay? People tipping and then getting put ahead in line. Now, it's probably against company policy, but I didn't definitely seen it done. But they said no to Shardo, and Kandi was very adamant. And she was like, you know what? I will fire my own family member before I let something like that go down in my restaurant. Ashley, get out of my face. I can't even talk to you right now. Get on out of here. You're fired. Philip says, you're fired. Don Juan, you're fired. Everybody says, you're fired. Shardo, still sitting there with his drink in his hand, enjoying the show. I'm like, do you know you fired? You should leave. I would be out of there. I would have been so embarrassed. I would have crawled out of the scene. Okay. I would have been actually running from the camera would be chasing me. Okay. Because nobody would have seen my face as I was getting fired by 5 people standing around me. All 5 of them fired him. Okay. They did. We saw it. It's on camera. Elmo says, Shadow should have been a suspicion unless it was more that we didn't see. Don Juan was surprisingly calm in the scene. I'm assuming you mean Chandrika. We had another super chat. Autumn Fall says, Richie stole one of Brian's wigs. I love it. Now, you know, listen. I stole Brian's wig. Brian, where she had this wig, baby? Cindy says, you missed the part when Tauren said that Shardo was the running boy for Brandon at the house. I didn't miss it. I just didn't understand what he meant. That was one of those jokes that went over my head, and I was like, what are you talking about? So I overlooked it, okay, in my notes. Drika's off, so Chandrika's off to the side laughing about Shardo being fired or whatever. And Shardo is still there chomping on this chewing gum. I don't know. Listen, when you are on camera, sir, it is you. People will tell you all the time, don't be chewing no gum on camera, because you know what you're gonna look like. It's gonna look like a horse chewing. It don't matter how. Y'all know people when they get the gum in their mouth and they get to chewing, you cannot control how hard you be chomping. And I just wanted to tell him stop. I'm like, you're fired. Okay, you was about to get a pink. You was getting a warning, a write up. Now you're fired. Now you're sitting here in the scene. Leave. I would just go. For your own mental sanity. Just go home. Just think about it. Just think about things, okay? And take your drink with you, okay? Meanwhile, Tauren calls Patrick out to tell him, okay, go get dressed. It's time for your big moment. And Patrick goes to the bathroom. He's nervous. Okay. Don Juan is like, well, if you're nervous, then maybe is this the right person for you? But he's still gonna go through it anyway. He struts out to the stage. The person on stage is singing something. I don't know what they're singing. This is a little slow jam or whatever. And so then he calls Safari up to the stage. Baby, can you come up to the stage? So Safari does her little shimmy up to the stage. Okay. And then she's breathing hard. Her chest is pounding. And then there's a marry me sign in the back. Okay. And then he gets down on one knee and asks her to marry him. And through tears, she finally says yes. The fireworks go off. And then Todd says for him to bring his lady to the place where he parks his cars and ask her to marry him. I said, Todd, you ain't no good. You ain't no good, but you're right. Okay, but you're right, because we was doing it in the parking lot. Okay, it was all in the parking lot. All right, so then we get the footage of everybody's 6 months updates. Dom is thinking she gonna have to move to Blaze because they're not gonna tolerate her and Brandon still continuing their love affair at the same spot. Patrick and Safari have finally moved in together, and Brian has signed with Kandi and Todd for the soul roll business. And guess what, y'all? Todd still ain't got no generator. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I hope the lights don't go out. And Aunt Bertha is just ready to go home. Aunt Bertha's like, get me out of here. I'm hot. It's hot today. Okay. And so that was the season finale of Kandi and the Gang, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. We had a good time with this show. I honestly thoroughly enjoyed it. Each and every episode, I laughed, and it just got better and better for some reason. I think it was because we got more familiar with the characters. So I really hope that we see a season 2. But what I will tell you is you ain't really got to worry about necessarily just the season 2 of for more Kandi shows, okay? Because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna talk about a little bit of news, a little bit of tea real quick. Y'all got time for a little tea? We got time for a little tea. So our friends over at the Kandi Burris fan page, and listen, if you ever want to know the tea on what's going on with Kandi shows, Kandi's business, head on over to the Kandi Burris fan page and get your Kandi Burris, RHOAT, all the time, okay? And so Kandi did announce on her Amazon Live that Escape will film another season, but there is going to be a little bit of a twist for season 2. Now, what might that twist be? Well, apparently, we're going to see some of our other faves featured on the show. Now, what would tickle my fancy is if we saw Escape and SWV putting together a little joint tour type situation. You know what I'm saying? How is it going to work? Okay? Because we did see Escape battle SWV during the versus battles last year. So to me, this would be the perfect setup to see how they put this together. Or even if they are inviting some other of our favorites on tour, like a Kiki Wyatt. I've been saying Kiki Wyatt on Bravo for a while now because I just feel like, listen, Kiki Wyatt will give us some amazing television. So can you imagine all of these ladies trying to put this tour together? I feel like it would harken back to the days of R&B divas, and it would be something to remember. Okay, that would be something to remember. So I want to know what you guys think. Who do you think is going to be what's going to be the twist on this show? Okay, I would buy it too, baby. I would buy it too. What do you think is going to be the twist on this show? Who do you think is going to be featured? Okay, alongside Escape. And are you excited about another Escape show? I will tell you guys, to me, that first season of the Escape show on Bravo that to me was amazing television. It was amazing television. Not to mention, we just heard last week that Todd Tucker and Carlos King got the encore renewed for season 2. So that's going to be filming as well. So we're going to have a lot of great TV coming back up because y'all know we recapped the encore, and that show gave us everything we needed last summer. It almost says, I'd love Kiki SWV Escape doing a tour and a season or 2 on Bravo. I would love it as well. Listen. So we got a lot going on. A lot is coming up from the Burris and Tucker clan. And so I'm looking forward to Escape. I'm looking forward to the Encore season 2. I think it's going to be amazing. And listen, y'all, this is our review for Kandi and the Gang. Thank y'all for rocking out this entire season with us. We had a blast, and I hope that they bring this back for season 2, baby, because I want to continue the fun with y'all. And, I might just have to bring back the little, bring back the afro a time or two, just to really give it to y'all like we need to bring it. You know what I'm saying? Brian, I'm coming for you with these wigs, baby. I'm coming for you with these wigs. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.